Alright, YouTube, I'm at the shop late night. Trunk pan finally came in a couple days ago for the 71 Cutlass. I ordered it from, I think it's called the Parts Place. It's in Elkhart, Illinois. As some of you know, I'm in Ohio, so it took that trunk pan a month to get here. Roughly a month, a little over. It was about 3 weeks and a couple days to get here from Illinois. Had I would have known, I would have just drove my truck up there and picked it up, stayed in a motel for a night or something. It would have saved me a lot of time. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I got the inner fender wells for the rear. I ordered those online the same time I ordered the trunk pan. They still had not shipped, so I went ahead and canceled the order. Here in Ohio, we had a Jegs parts store with the warehouse and everything. I guess it's based out of Columbus, Ohio, so it's like an hour away from the shop. I drove up there. They actually had these one day out, so I ordered them yesterday, went and picked them up. Well, I ordered them Friday, I'm sorry. I went and picked them up today because of Easter. The weekend hours was different, so I picked them up today. Started cutting everything out, as you can see. So this story just keeps getting worse and worse. These are floor pan, trunk pan extensions go here. That's these pieces here. So you can see on each side, trunk pan extension covers this area, covers this area. The trunk pan actually comes in, comes up, comes under here. Your body mounts and everything come on the one-piece trunk pan. It actually spot welds underneath here. So I just rough cut everything out. I'm gonna have to cut all of this away. This is the old material. Cut all of this away, clean all of this up. So when I put my new trunk pan extensions in there, it'll get all spot welded here, spot welded up under the lip for the actual trunk pan. So like I explained to you guys before, I got the wheel wells. I'm not doing a complete wheel well. This job, unfortunately, it's just turning into one thing after another. It's getting worse and worse every time I mess with this car. If you can see here now, what I couldn't see before, because that trunk extension comes up about this high right here. You can kind of see where they had sprayed the undercoating, trying to camouflage all of this rust. So you can see about the line where the inner trunk extension came along right here. So you couldn't see any of this. All of these fake patches they made, you couldn't see none of this rot. Once I cut this out and removed this, all of this stuff fell out. All of this Bondo and whatever they had stuffed up in there. This is the actual rear quarter skin. It's just gone. So, and then I showed you guys before, this is like some thin aluminum house. Some kind of, maybe some stuff you would use for your house. They done beat it up in there, pop riveted it everywhere, then mudded over with some Bondo. Some of this stuff right here ain't even seam sealer. It's actually freaking house caulking for your like bathtub caulking. And they just sprayed undercoating over it. But like I said before, I'm not replacing these whole wheel tubs. I spoke to the customer. He's completely fine with that. This is just turning into something he's upset about it. He bought this car thinking it was in a lot better shape. I'm gonna cut the bottom lower section along this line, probably a little above this line, all the way around. I'm gonna replace that whole lower section, weld the new lower section in. I have new trunk pan extensions. All of that will get welded in. The trunk pan itself will get welded in. I'll put all of the bracing for the rear seat back in. I'm going to have to, and it's the same way on this side. You can see it's just all gone. This is the actual quarter panel. It's all gone. It's not as severe as that side, but all of this is real rusty, so probably ain't even gonna be able to weld to it. I start grinding with the wire wheel, getting this down. It's probably gonna eat up a lot of this metal. So what I'm gonna have to do is go get me some, I don't have none right now. I ran out some 18 gauge, a sheet of 18 gauge metal. We got a local store called, I wanna say it's called the Metal Warehouse or something along that lines. It's like a wholesale store here in Ohio. It's right around the corner from the shop. They sell just about anything: square tubing, round tubing, flat stock, sheet metal, basically anything to do with metal in smaller quantities and smaller sizes. So I'm just go get me a 4x8 sheet of 18 gauge steel. It's like $102 for a sheet over there at that metal supermarket. So I had to make me some patch panels in here because you can see this is the old, all of this is gonna have to come off. This is the old trunk pan extension where it was tack welded on right there. So all of that to come off. And that's what's actually giving this a little bit more rigid, you know, making it a little more, the strength is because this extra piece of metal is tack welded on there. Once I take this off there, this is probably really flimsy. So I'm gonna have to form me a little patch in here to cover all of this up and weld it to the lower inner wheel housing. Like I said, it's just, you know, I don't mean to keep harping on it and keep bringing it up, but I cannot stress to you guys enough. When you go to look at these old cars, please just take somebody with you. I mean, even if you have to pay them, think about it. If you have to pay somebody $100, $200 to come with you to look over an old car that you're thinking about purchasing, you might save you that $100, $200, however much. Even if you got a buddy that has some free time, that knows what he's doing and can do it for free, that money that you have to spend or that guy's time might save you thousands and thousands of dollars. Like this case right here. I told you guys before, you know, they filled this stuff up with Bondo, undercoated over the top of it so it didn't look as bad. And, you know, they tried to camouflage how, you know, how bad it actually was. They gave the guy the little 3-piece section of the trunk pan, told him, oh yeah, you can just have this welded in there. We just didn't have time to do it. We're just ready to get rid of the car. No, they were ready to get rid of the car because this is a nightmare and they didn't want to spend the money that it was going to take to fix this properly. So that $100, $200 or the time it would take for somebody to go with you might save you in the long run. Just think about that before you think about buying one of these old cars, because you can see, you look at the car, oh, it's nice. It's got some pretty decent paint job on it. You can put makeup on a turd and make it look good. But I won't harp on it no more, YouTube. I'm sorry. Sometimes I just get frustrated. This is my line of work. This is the line of work I chose. I love it. So even though I do bitch and complain sometimes, it'll never take away the fact that I love what I do. I enjoy messing with these cars, even though it's a stressful situation sometimes, but I really love what I do, and I love being able to work on these old cars day in and day out. I learn something new every day. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I'm not no professional, you know, I'm a hell of a welder, I'm a hell of a fabricator, but it's still a lot of stuff I do not know. So take it from me, I watch 30 hours, 40 hours of YouTube videos a week. Every night when I go home, I just scroll on YouTube and watch the most random videos you will ever think about and just try to learn something, because that's what it's all about. You know, it's guys on there that'll teach you literally how to do anything. But that's the update for that. I'm gonna post a video. I got a short video clip. We got a couple more cars in for the LS swaps. Box Chevy. It's a Cutlass back there. Both of these is getting 5.3s in them. The green Caprice that had the 408 stroker motor is done. It's running, driving. The tune is still a little off because it was tuned on the engine stand It has a built tranny in it, put everything together. It runs and drives. It's running a little rich, but it's also got some little bit of shift issues with it because the car has those 28-inch rims. So we got a dyno day set up. We're gonna take it to the dyno, put it on the dyno. The guy's gonna tune the EFI, the Holly Sniper, or Terminator X kit. He's gonna tune the Terminator X kit to those rims. So his tranny shift points, everything will be on perfect on those big rims. I'm gonna post a short video. I got a short video of it running and driving. I'm gonna post that too. This two-door, we got a two-door Suburban or GMC. It's a Suburban or Blazer. I'm sorry, two-door Blazer. It's got a 5.3 in it. It's almost getting ready to get out of here. Wrapping up the last few little things. Power steering pump. Needed a new power steering pump. It's a drive-by-wire. O2 only has this box for the gas pedal. We think that this box is bad. Might have got wet. Might have a short in it, something. So we're trying to locate another one of these boxes because the gas pedal is not working. When you put power to the ignition, throttle body response, everything, you know, when you first start one of these or first turn the key on, the throttle body will open and close up automatically. So we know it's getting power to the throttle body, everything of that nature. It's just no power coming from the pedal to this box or from this box to the throttle body. So somewhere along there it's messed up. We're gonna start with locating a new one of these boxes and making sure that it's okay. Got big changes coming for the short bed. The short bed on 30s is actually going to be getting a 6.2 out of a 2012 GMC Denali truck. So it's gonna be going with the 6.2 4L80 combo. We're gonna be cutting the whole dash. All the interior is coming out of here. We're putting the whole interior from the Denali truck, pickup truck, in this truck here. So that's gonna be a nice little job. It'll be coming up sometime. Man, we're gonna try to get to it soon. Everybody wants their car by the summer. Everybody wants their car by the summer. You guys know how that goes. I think these is called Ganja floats, 30-inch Ganja floats. This truck has got an 8-lug conversion, 8-lug rear end, 8-lug swap up front. He found these rims real cheap. They're dirty. He been somewhere in the damn mud. But he found these rims real cheap, 8-lug. They came off a Hummer, so he bought them, did the axle, the rear end swap, and the front end conversion for the 8-lug. Just because he found the rims so cheap and he wanted them. Yeah, but like I said, 6.2 is going in here. You guys seen the Cutlass. It's inside sitting right now until I can get in the back of the shop. That's getting the whole complete floor pan, trunk pan, and mini tubs. I'll be making a lot more videos on this soon once I'm able to get it in the shop. I mean, in the back. But yeah, YouTube, that's what we got going on. I don't know if you guys showed you guys that before. That's a Cutlass. That was a true a true drop top car. The convertible top, it had a convertible top conversion from a company from the 80s. I'm not specifically sure what, there's a sticker in there, but you can barely read it. So I don't know if it was like a Choo Choo Customs or whatever the place was that was doing them conversions, but that was a true convertible top car from the 80s. The rack was broke. So the customer decided he didn't want the rack no more. He built some kind of crazy little speaker box and stuff, but he wants to get it twists. It's got a 6.0 in it, LS or 6.0, yeah, LS motor. It twists this frame, something crazy. Every time he gets on it, posi rear end. So he wants to get that frame braced and stuff like that. We'll get to that one day. But yeah, like I said, everything is coming together slowly but surely. That 6.2 is back here. That's the 6.2 4L 65 combo. I don't know much about them 4L65 trains. This is a 4-wheel drive tranny, but we got a guy at the training shop down the road, takes our 4-wheel drive trannies and pulls them apart. Whatever he does to them makes them 2-wheel drive. So he said he can do that to this 4L65, but we're trying to do a little research on it because I don't know a lot about the 4L65. I don't know how well it holds up. This motor is gonna get just some mild stuff. New cam, it's gonna do the DOD delete kit on it. We're gonna put a new cam, probably a sloppy stage 2 cam in there. Have the heads took into the shop, put new springs, valve seals, all of that stuff, better springs, valve seals, lifters, stuff like that. It ain't gonna be nothing too crazy, but that's what's going in the short bed out there. I got a van. I just did a bunch of lights in it. Got new carpet for it. It's a 98 Chevy turtle top van. So I'm gonna make a video on that. Show you guys the LED lights I put all throughout the inside of it. I'm putting new carpet in it. Put a little bit of music in there. It's gonna be our little travel van for the summer. But I appreciate, oh, one last thing I forgot. If any of you guys shop at Harbor Freight, they have these cutoff wheels. Warrior 5-inch diameter cutoff wheel. It's a pack of 10. Let me show you right here. It was 10 of them in this pack. I think they were like 20 bucks or something for 10 of them. So I was like, oh, you know, they're 5-inch. So it gives you a little more cut diameter. You can make a nice, you know, cut a little deeper versus the 4-inch one. So I picked them up thinking, oh yeah, it's a 5-inch cutoff wheel. The .40 is what you got to realize. .40 is good for your little 3-inch cutoff wheel on your little zip air gun. Perfect. They work good. You let the wheel do the work. And they're excellent for the little 3-inch air cutoff. When you get a .40 thick cutoff wheel spinning this fast on a this is a little cheap Hitachi. I use it because I don't have to put the guard on there, and I can get in more tight spots than my Metabo. It had about 50 cords on it. But when you use the 0.40 thickness, this is what happens right here. You cannot, I mean, you have to have a perfectly steady hand cutting straight. You can't have the slightest little, once you get to cutting, can't twist it, barely even twist your wrist, anything. These come apart, they explode like this. Luckily I had a face mask on, didn't nothing hit me. It went inside of the car over there, but you can see. So just be careful if you grab these .040 thickness cutoff wheels from Harbor Freight. It was a good deal though. They cut like butter. If you keep that thing straight, you keep that wheel straight in that metal, I mean, they cut like butter because they're so thin. They make a nice clean cut, everything. But like I said, they will explode on you. So just keep that in mind if you pick some up. I don't want anybody to get hurt like I almost did. I appreciate you guys watching. I know I'm rambling on. I was just trying to give y'all some footage and cover everything that we got going on and some things that I didn't get to cover the last video. Appreciate y'all watching. Like, subscribe, comment.